Yo, what up, people? You know what I'm saying?
Shout,
AntTheCeo, the homie Mr. Natic215 Philly's finest. And we got a special guest in the building, Mr. Official Jetteye. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us today. Clap him up. Clap him up.
Yo, man, thanks for having me, man. It's good to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't have a subject like this without your boy, man. So I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? Spinning the block, knocking on a player door, man. Let's get this shit.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Always welcome to have you on the show or just being a part of some shit we doing. Go check out the homie channels, man. For real. Official Jetteye, Jetteye on everything. All right. That's how you tell. I'm a fan, nigga. I know.
how he says it.
Yo,
There's no V in it.
it, man.
I'm a fan, nigga. So just go follow the homie, man.
No V, no nothing.
He definitely doing the Lord's work out here, like he would say. So today we are talking about the 5 best fighting games of all time, in our opinion. In my opinion, of course. This may not be y'all cup of tea. I personally don't give a shit. This is my list. This is his list, and then Jack got his list. So we just go to all that shit and see who's right or who's wrong. I know I'm right though.
My list is choice.
Yeah.
All right, what order you want to go in?
Yeah, man.
Shall we let Jet go first since he's the guest here?
Yeah. That'd be astounding. Let's let you know what I'm saying. We'll gentlemen let the homie Jet go first. Please tell us your number 5, sir, if you don't mind.
Okay, all right. So we don't start off with the right list. Okay, all right, cool. All right, bet it up. All right.
Yes.
At 5, coming in live at 5, man. We got Tekken Tag Tournament, man. Launched the PlayStation 2 off the way it was supposed to. So important, man. So important because it was the first 3D tag fighter, man. So important. And it started off the trend of having console ports be better than arcade perfect. It followed up off of Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast, but Tekken Tag Tournament really launched that thing off. Now I'm talking about
Yeah,
number 4. Oh, see,
we're gonna go
mate. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Are we all gonna do our 5?
We all gonna say our 5s.
All right.
We gotta save that one to make it spectacular because I know what your number 1 is.
Okay, all right.
And it's probably the exact same as mine. So
it probably is.
All right. Shall I go, Mr.
Yes, please.
All right, my number 5 for the top 5 fighting games is Soul Calibur. Like the
one?
The first one, the original, the OG, because it was like when you were in the arcade and you hear that thing booming and it's like telling you like this lore of Soul Calibur, and it was like one of the first, not one of the first, but one of the good fighting games where everybody had like weapons and you're like, oh shit, I'm getting a nunchuck guy. There's a chick with a sword that turns into like a whip. Like it was so many different types of characters, and that's, you bring that Japanese stuff to America, it seems weird at first, but then you just get used to it. Who's the bad guy in Soul Calibur? Cervantes? He was the first like the main villain, right? The pirate?
Nightmare was.
It was Nightmare. The guy with that.
Cervantes, like he was the big bad in Soul Blade or Soul Edge, which is like the precursor.
Yes, I forgot about that one. Okay. Yeah. But Soul Calibur is not number 5. And that was awesome when that thing came out on Dreamcast. That thing was arcade perfect. It was the Dreamcast best console, man. It was like having an arcade cabinet in your living room.
See, that's why I'm glad we got Jet here, so he could tell us the history. So good choice.
It was.
I'm glad you pulled up, bro. Good choice, because I didn't. You enlightened me on a lot of shit right there. I did not even know that shit. Shout out to you. All right, so my number 5 is Killer Instinct. The first one for I remember playing that on the N64 back in the day, and that shit probably was what wasn't my introduction to fighters, because everybody's introduction to fighters were really either Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. But that was by far one of my favorites growing up because that was a button masher. Like this before you get to like into the nuances of fighters and shit about frame data and all this other footsies and all the other bullshit. You just mash buttons, bro. And you mash them the right way, you get a fucking 30 hit combo, and then you start hearing Ultra Combo. That's yeah. I had too much fun with that game growing up. That was my shit.
Yeah, man.
You said
How much did you-
N64?
How much did you lose in that, man?
Well, that I played at the house. Nobody was really up on Street Fighter. See, I didn't get to the arcade till probably around I'm saying my early teens. Couldn't really go when I was a kid because we lived in Brooklyn and there was a lot of shooting at the closest arcade, and my parents wasn't having that shit.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, they want to
Oh man,
protect me.
you said your early teens, man. I'm like, man, damn, man, Killer Instinct came out in the 70s.
But, bro, you got a couple of gray hairs too, bro. You're not no spring chicken, so relax.
Yeah, if you look at the Good
Fair
Times
enough,
painting,
fair
there's a
enough.
Killer Instinct cabinet in the background.
Nah.
The ants back there, like
Nah, hold on, time out. See, nah, we ain't having this shit. Or because y'all was there, y'all was co-host for a while back in the day. Nah, we ain't gonna fit have no fucking old school tag team session and shit. All right. Natic, you my co-host now. I'm your co-host now. This motherfucker.
no, I'm not trying to team up or hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just
this motherfucker.
having a little
Yeah,
fun.
you're right.
Friday.
I acted alone on that. I acted alone. I was trying to hurt your feelings. I acted alone.
Bruh, you is grandpa light too, my nigga. Relax.
Relax. You're right.
Wait, didn't Killer Instinct come out on Super Nintendo back in the day?
Which one?
Yeah,
It dropped
95.
in like it dropped in like 90. Yeah. I was
90
thinking it was like
95.
94, 95.
That thing was weak on the Super Nintendo too.
Yeah,
Man,
that's why I
it
said
was
that.
totally different than how it looked in arcade.
See, that's why I said the N64 version. That's
That's
when I
fair.
remember. That's why I remember playing that shit on, and that shit was fantastic.
Yeah, it was. That was KI. What was it? KI Gold? Was it gold on there? That
Yeah. I remember.
That
Yeah,
joint was fire.
it's a good fighting game.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
All right,
Good times,
so where are we at now? Number 4s?
Number 4. Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm piggybacking off of Natic, man. Except I'm going Soul Calibur 2 though. I'm going Soul Calibur.
Console
2.
arcade.
Man, don't matter. But for the sake of the conversation, man, I'll go console for this particular reason. I think it was the first popular fighter to popularize guest characters in an established franchise. Like, for each particular platform that it released on, it had a specific guest character from that particular world, other than Xbox. They just threw Spawn in just because Spawn is dope. Cool, no objection. But the Nintendo GameCube version had Link.
Insane.
Fire.
Yeah. The PlayStation version had Heihachi Mishima from Tekken, which was almost synonymous with PlayStation, during that period of time. Little known fact that a lot of people didn't know. Cloud Strife from the very, very best game ever made in history, Final Fantasy VII, was supposed to be a guest character, but due to last-minute licensing reasons, he had to be replaced with Heihachi. Sad.
That would have been perfect.
And it would have.
That would have made the most sense, actually.
Just like Neil deGrasse Tyson, man. He's giving us all these fun facts.
Jet deGrasse Tyson?
Yo, that's wild, bruh.
Yeah, and this nigga
man.
come back from break with a fucking star vest. I will be crying.
Damn,
Oh man,
bro. That'd be wild, bro. I'll be in tears, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. We would have to like stop like shooting this shit right now.
man. Man, if I had one more day, to prep.
You got the star vest.
Oh man.
This nigga said prep like he Batman. I'm glad he did prep.
Unbeatable with prep time, bro. Unbeatable.
Shit. Oh shit.
Why did Xbox pick Spawn?
I don't know. I don't think they even picked Spawn. I think it was a thing to where he was probably just a character they wanted to throw in, and they just saw fit to put him in the Xbox version. Because at that time, like we have to think, right? I think Soul Calibur 2 came out like around 2000, maybe 2000 or 2001, 2002.
Mhm.
That was when the Xbox really launched as a platform and as a console. Matter of fact, it might have been like 2002.
It
They
came
didn't
out
really have a
2002 in arcade.
2002. Yeah. I mean, Xbox really didn't have a character that was synonymous with a platform yet.
Right.
So they probably just threw Spawn in there, just to say that they threw someone in there. Because, they haven't established nothing. They ain't know how Halo was gonna, blow up and be a, household name back then. They ain't know Master Chief was gonna be Master Chief.
Okay. I was trying to tie some shit together, but nah, that debunked my theory. I was going to say because of the Spawn series on HBO, but that released in the late '90s, way after the fact they got Spawn on Soul Calibur 2. But it was still a popular IP, maybe because of the movie released around that time, possibly. Spawn name still had cachet in the early 2000s, early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, he did. It pushed a lot of units for the sake of what it was.
would have made more sense
Plan worked.
Would have made more sense to have Master Chief though.
Man, they didn't know Master Chief was gonna be Master Chief then, man. Not in 2002.
Yeah, y'all right.
Like that game was probably in development long before they even knew who Master Chief was, bro.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, it looks like we're
everybody
moving
else's legacy characters. There we go.
Yeah. Well, Link has been around since the creation of video games.
Right.
So yeah, it makes sense. And as a Nintendo property, probably the best Nintendo property outside of Mario. So
dude he has a sword and shield.
So he's perfect for it.
Yeah, you can't put Mario in Soul Calibur, nigga. Get his fucking ass whooped. Woohoo!
I don't know, man. He'd be the only character in the game with a fireball.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Okay, all right.
Like that was borderline crazy. That was borderline.
That was a reach. That was a reach.
Yeah, you're reaching.
That was a reach. Yo, what's yours, Natic?
All right, shit. Number 4 for top 5 fighting games. I'm going with Tekken 3. So many characters. It was just wacky enough where you could have fun with it, with like the panda bear and stuff, but then still like technical enough where if you pick like some of the cooler fighters, you can actually get some decent matches in. I love the amount of characters. I really didn't give a shit about the story, but yeah, that's where I started to learn how to play as King, and that was like my favorite character in Tekken. Didn't they unmask him at one point?
I didn't think they did. I don't think I ever seen King's face.
King is the best character in Tekken
either. I've never followed the story to Tekken.
I've never followed the story either. It's demons or some shit, and that's it. But King is the man, and Tekken 3 is my number 4.
Fair enough. Good choices, gentlemen. Got a choice for y'all right here. This is going to shit on them 2 choices. My number 4, probably underrated. Nobody really talks about it as much, but probably one of the most visually stunning fighters that probably ever came out during its era. Samurai Showdown. The art style was fantastic. The fighting was superb. nobody really cares about the story. Even I don't care about the story. It was just, as y'all can see, my first two choices is pretty much just button mashers. But Samurai Showdown was basically one of those type of fighters where the visuals basically capture your attention, and then once you get past the visuals, it was a deep fighter under there. Everybody picked the Samurai. that nigga heavy attack took up the whole screen when that shit slashed down, bro. That shit was crazy. But yeah, that's Samurai Showdown.
Imagine that, man. Everybody picking the Samurai and Samurai Showdown.
Yeah,
Imagine that.
why not? You know
That's
what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Right.
Oh damn, I forgot all these characters, man. It's dope. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with a button masher, man. Don't feel bad about that. It's like using modern controls in Street Fighter 6.
See, here we go. Here we go. Jesus. You know what? We ain't gonna get to the rest of them. Hey, y'all have a blessed day, man.
Y'all number 4.
Man,
okay.
see,
that was your number 4. That's a good number 4.
See, man. This man, I'm convinced, man. Me and Natic are sharing a hive mind right now, man. We
Just
both
have
had
some
the
fun.
symbiote,
It's
man. At some
Friday.
point, man.
Yeah,
it's the end of the week. Let's just have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, y'all both.
I shouldn't say the day.
Y'all both shit on modern controls. Y'all both were stuck in traffic before the damn show start. Yeah, y'all fucking bookends, nigga. Yin and yang out this bitch.
I came on camera eating. So, and I'm drinking too. So,
I'm over here with the damn crack white mouth and shit, trying to be professional.
All right, we'll get through this and we can get you some food, okay?
Yo, man, hold on, man. Like we can't just let that slide, man. He said he had a crack white mouth.
Hey, yo, yeah, that was wild.
Yo,
that
yeah,
was wild.
yeah, man, yeah. Come on, dog. That's the official first one of the show. That's the official first.
Pardon self.
All right,
my fault.
For sure. All right. Yeah, for sure.
Thirsty.
Let's run through this list. Go ahead, you're number 3.
All right, what were you on? 3?
Yeah.
We're on the 3s now, right?
Yeah.
Everybody did their 4th. All right, what's your 3, Jet?
Man, my 3 is appropriately enough Street Fighter Alpha 3. Okay. No particular reason. It was just my favorite Street Fighter game to play on PlayStation, man. So it was my introduction to money matches. I played more money matches like on the PlayStation platform with Street Fighter Alpha 3. It was mechanically a great game. Alpha 2 is arguably better, but I liked Alpha 3 more. Larger roster. Incredible single player mode that actually influenced Street Fighter 6's.
Okay.
So for those reasons, I got Street Fighter Alpha 3. It's a game that heavily influenced the franchise following. And I say that because, you know, like I'm not a Third Strike guy. I'm not going to pretend to be a Third Strike guy. They came out like around the same time, relatively. But I ain't one of them people that claim to be a Third Strike guy. I'm not going to come here and cap and act like I was a Third Strike guy just because a whole bunch of people like to be Third Strike guys. I ain't going to be one of them people. You know what I'm saying? So everybody always want to say, in 2023, they was a Third Strike guy when they wasn't no Third Strike guy. Now it's just fashionable to be a Third Strike guy, and now you want to talk about it. No, I was an Alpha 3 guy. You know what I'm saying? Moving on.
Oh, damn, bro. Do you need a hug, nigga? You all right? You sending bars out at
niggas? Yo, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate
it. Right on, bro.
Yeah, I did. My dog. I had to get that off my chest, man. I got a platform to talk about it. So I had to shit on them fake ass Third Strike people that just want to, you know, elbow drop everybody, want to have their goddamn nose in the air whenever they talk about Third Strike. Like that shit was the greatest thing since sliced bread when they ain't do nothing but join the conversation later on. Most of them motherfuckers wasn't even born when Third Strike came out. They want to talk about how great that shit was, man. All right, man. All right.
Damn.
You think a lot of people like that Street Fighter 3 Third Strike because of that infamous clip of that crazy comeback?
Absolutely. The Daigo Justin Wong. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, as far as like cachet behind the game, Third Strike has a lot of it. And mechanically, it is a great game. It is a great game. But what a lot of people don't understand is that back then, it was not nearly as popular as what the legacy over time has garnered. It was not a popular game back then. It wasn't. Street Fighter 3 was a commercial flop. Most people didn't like Street Fighter 3 till Third Strike. And I don't know why I'm even talking about Third Strike so much when I talk so little about Alpha. But nonetheless, most people didn't even like it until Third Strike. They had two versions of the game that were bad, performed horribly, and then everybody fell in love with the third iteration of the game, and now people want to act like it's the best motherfucker ever made. In actuality, it just had a viral moment before there were viral moments. And everybody jumped on the trend of it.
Damn. This nigga dropping bars today.
Simple as that, man.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
We're on number 3. All right, my number 3 top 5 fighting game is the OG Mortal Kombat. That it scared old people. Young people got excited about it, and it was, I think it was the most violent video game released at that time. Like, that's why like the government was started to come after video games because of stuff like Mortal Kombat. Which wasn't, but compared by today's standards, Mortal Kombat is super tame.
Facts.
And Call of Duty 2, you get to shoot people in the airport. But Mortal Kombat, you take out take out someone's heart or uppercut their spine off of them. But I think that drove the popularity up because everybody was like, what is this crazy game that everybody's so upset about? I do miss the test your mights. Those are always fun in the arcades when you're just pounding away at the buttons. And I do miss taking people's lunch money because I used to play at the Chinese store on 22nd and Cambria in Philly. And we weren't betting big dollars, but it was like $1 here, $1 there. And it was, a good time, man. And like culturally and nostalgia purposes, made me put that at number 3 because that game meant a lot in like the early 90s when my dad used to take me to the Chinese store so I can play people. I think he was doing side gambling too. He had to have been. Nobody's that eager to take their kid to stand in a dirty Chinese store.
Damn. He said, "Hey, go play Mortal Kombat while I run some dice on the corner real quick." Me and my son both coming up, goddamn. So who the real hustler is. Now, how much you made? I made $4, Daddy. How much you made, Pops? I made $400, nigga. We ain't good tonight.
I made $400.
I'm not mad at you. Damn.
Head crack after head crack.
That's not number 3. That's a good. I think that's a. Yeah, it bridges the gap between great fighting. It wasn't like a great fighting game, but it definitely, the mechanics were awful. But
it was impactful though.
It was impactful.
Extremely.
Wasn't that game the reason why they came up with the ESRB rating?
It was one of them.
It might have been.
Like
you know what? Not to like, take it too far off, but I remember, like, shout out to him. Hip Hop Gamer actually made interesting, like, he drew an interesting line between Ed Boon and Uncle Luke.
Damn.
In the fact that
that's in the fact wild. That, like, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, facts. But it made sense when he broke it down because the government went after both of them for freedom of expression and made these stickers become a thing that was like, that ended up being a fixture in the medium, parental advisory or the ESRB. You know what I'm saying? And both of them, they fought battles, legal battles, in order to maintain the integrity of their product. I was like, yo, man, I never thought about that shit, but that is actually some real shit.
Yeah, damn. I would have never drew that parallel, but that actually makes sense.
It's actually perfect.
Yeah.
Damn. Now I gotta see my man Ed Boon on stage. He should come out and be like, "Don't stop, pop that
Do the rap.
What you working with?"
Yeah, yo, man, we need that, man. Yo, Eddie, man, when you reveal that next DLC character, man, you gotta come out with a booty dancer, man. We need that from.
That's a great comparison because
it is.
they created an industry, like changed the industry. Like people
They
were
did.
scared of them.
They fought so others didn't have to do the fighting no more. Like for real, for real.
Boom.
So damn, that is
Boom.
damn, bro.
That's dope.
Shout out to Uncle Luke and Ed Boon, nigga, doing the work for us. That's what's up.
Yo, man, they crawl so we could walk, baby.
It's a lot, nigga. That's all I gotta say.
Boom.
My number 3, maybe controversial, but I don't care. And as a rather new fighter, Street Fighter 6. Reason being is, and spoiler, Mortal Kombat is nowhere on my list. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I wasn't never an MK guy. I'm not gonna front for this show. I can respect what the game did for the industry though. I can respect that shit. But as far as Street Fighter 6 goes, it has done something which no other fighter in recent memory has done. It has made it compelling to fucking casuals and hardcore at the same time, and giving it a mainstream appeal that should last for the next 5 to 10 years if implemented right. Between Capcom releasing mixtapes with like Benny Boom, Benny the Butcher and shit, and fucking DNA freestyling on there with like Street Fighter theme like beats and shit, to tournaments getting fucking Evo, the highest rated tournament this year that Evo was. And that's because it wasn't no other fighter that was doing that. That was strictly main stage Street Fighter 6 action. So if you're a casual, you can start off with modern controls, even though these niggas like to shit on me about that shit. It's done in a way where you can implement your is entry level to where you could get accustomed to the game, and then you graduate to classic controls, and vice versa. If you started with keep saying casual. If you started with classic controls, you could go to modern and utilize both at the same time if you want to. Like with all the new characters coming out, DLC coming out soon, it's just like a fun game, and I can't think of any other game that actually took me away from like 2K, because I was a 2K junkie. Like when Street Fighter come out, like if I'm not playing something on Game Pass or just running back like a Miles Morales, I'll play fucking Street Fighter and I have hours of fun in that shit. So that's like my number 3 is Street Fighter 6.
Nice.
Man. Yo, man. I copied your fucking homework, man. Your number 3 is my number 2 for the exact same fucking reason.
Wow. Okay.
I was saying let's go number 2. So we in the class, he like, oh word.
Yeah, man. Hey, don't the only thing I will add on top of it, right? Because you covered it from like a FGC standpoint and the impact that it had on Evo. And it had on, the fact that, like when you talk about Evo, you talk about, players competing and able to, turn what they do with their passion into a livelihood, and being able to have these higher prize pots that allow people to be able to make a living off of being FGC players, creators, etc. Right. Capcom Cup on top of it, and early next year is going to have a $2 million prize pot with
Damn.
1 million of it going to the top player. So all of that being said, man, like you said, what it affected culturally within the people that played it, it's not only rewarding the players that have been down for this the entire time, but it's a great way of introducing players and putting a battery in the back of new players, bringing in more people. Like you said, it got you off of 2K. Then you talk about the implementations that they made online. To me, it's the first real mainstream fighting game that made online feel as good as playing offline. And it's really getting close to, I don't want to say this because I'm going to a local at 5:00. But it is getting to the point to where the purpose of local events are kind of diminishing because the online feels so good. Pause. The online is responsive enough to be able to replicate the offline experience. And that means a lot to a whole lot of people that don't have the luxury of travel. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people that can't travel to these local events or travel to these tournaments in order to qualify for a Capcom Cup and things like that. Now, you can play online and get an equal, if not better, experience because you're at home in your comfort zone. Situation, modes like the Battle Hub, which is basically an online arcade system. You know what I'm saying? Like they've perfectly implemented the community aspect of it, and the competitive aspect of it. They've married the two in a great product, man. So in addition to everything you said, that was true. Just want to add that, man, and that makes it my number 2, man. I like you kind of just, yo, man, you got me. You got me. You hit me with the preemptive strike.
It's just before you go, Natic, like just to add on to what Jess was saying too. Well, not even add on, just basically when we started playing like Street Fighter 6, right? Like it was so many times like just chilling in the battle hub. Like motherfuckers just get their controllers right on some shit like this. Like, yo, man, let's flick it up before we log off and shit. Motherfuckers have group photos and shit. like fighting games like actually brought the experience of the arcade and chilling with your people back. And that's another reason why like the shit is blowing up and we appreciate that shit. Like that's his number 2. That was my number 3. That shit, yeah. Good shit, bro.
Facts. Words to the Battle Hub.
All right, so I guess I'm on my number 2. And it's an obscure title that not many people have heard of. But for my number 2 for top 5 fighting games, I'm also picking Street Fighter 6. Because it's I have it right here. Because
I want to change my list now.
It made people feel like fighting games were back for like casual people. Whereas like if you're not in the mix, we're different because we follow all this stuff. But if you don't play video games a lot and you see, oh shit, the new Street Fighter's out, like what's it look like? And the art style is insane. Like that half splash graffiti type thing, that's beautiful. Your favorite characters are back. New characters are there. You got a story mode where you're actually street fighting, like how things should be. Like you're just fighting in front of some Chinese food place. Like, and you get to meet the characters outside of Street Fighter. Like Chun-Li's teaching classes, and that's cool to see. So, I mean, they opened up the world of Street Fighter and immersed you in it. So you actually feel like, wow, I'm in the game now. And the online competition has been wild. Like it feels like everyone's just from rookies to experts. It feels like you have a game that you can enjoy. Right. And that's why Street Fighter 6 is my number 2.
Well said.
Damn, that's crazy.
Well said.
I'm mad now. I feel like I fucked up putting it number 3.
You did. You did.
Nah, because my number 2 is Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah,
Which one?
Hush Mode, the first one.
Yeah, man. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to say which entry. That's what the silence was for. I was like, are you done? Is that it?
Oh, you thought I was gonna say the last one? Get the fuck out of here! Nobody played that shit.
I mean, there was also 2. There was 2 and 3 in between.
Yeah, but the first incarnation of a Marvel vs. Capcom holds a special place in my heart because that shit. Like I remember, I was at it was me and the homies at the time. We was like going to the movies and shit. We waiting for some birds just before I got married and shit. That's why I'm telling the story. So we waiting for some damn, something to come through. And it was Marvel vs.
So you saying you did this last week?
Shut the fuck up, bro. Don't have me on the couch, bro. Relax.
Oh, man, my bad.
Relax. It's all he until I'm sleeping in the cold, nigga. Look. So God damn it. So yada yada yada. We wait for these dams to come through and shit. So it was a cabinet there in the movie theater with Marvel vs. Capcom and shit. So I'm playing this shit. I was on a 3-hour run. Like motherfuckers kept putting quarters in. It was like 6 Mexicans that came through, wiped the floor to all the motherfuckers. they couldn't see me, bro.
Yo,
I
man.
was different.
Yo, man. Aunt Trump. Why did the nationality of your opponents have anything to do with it, bro?
It was funny because they kept saying, "Ay, Dios mío, puta maricón!" Like they kept like, I have to tell you that they was cussing me out. They didn't think I know that shit though. That was the funny part. Like, fuck, I'm half and half. They got like a fucking coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, half and half. So I'm like,
Oh no, bro.
So after you beat up a bunch of Mexicans, are you turning? This is gonna be. This is right wing podcast. It's a right wing podcast now.
This shit went
left.
I was about to say this shit went left, but yeah, you're right. It's right wing. Yeah, like all right, cool. Yeah, you're right. This shit done went right.
America. Oh,
man.
That's a good number 2, though.
It is
for whatever reason it may be, whatever memory.
But outside of beating up on other minorities, it's just it was the first time you've seen Capcom actually introduce like another franchise into their fighting mechanics and the tag team system, which made the shit more astounding to me. You know what I'm saying? That shit, I never seen no shit like that before. You could have Spider-Man, Wolverine, and fucking Ryu all on the same team and shit. You feel me? And just fucking and just push a button, tag you with, then you coming in, you beat them up. Too much fun, bro. Too much fun. So that's why it's my number 2, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Fun fact.
Oh shit.
It started with X-Men
versus Street Fighter. That's why I put my finger up.
Yeah. Which was actually on my other list that I made as far as like most impactful. Like it was going to be number 3 on the most impactful list because of that, the crossover aspect.
Yeah.
You know, like X-Men versus Street Fighter started so that we have, you know, Dragon Ball Fighters and Project L. Like, you know, it started a legacy that, you know, has gone on for decades. But yes, started out with X-Men versus Street Fighter.
You would figure, since the MCU is such like a powerhouse right now, and Street Fighter 6 is like pushing like 3 million units, making all this money, wouldn't it make sense to bring back Marvel vs. Capcom?
Capcom, are you listening?
Capcom, please.
I'm gonna tag y'all
and use that Street Fighter 6 engine. Oh, also, fun fact about X-Men versus Street Fighter: the console ports. The Sega Saturn was the only one you can actually do the real crossover with because the PlayStation didn't have enough RAM. So you had the only way you could do like the tag outs where if you picked like 2 characters and the other person had to pick the same exact 2 characters, so it loaded that data into the RAM so you can actually switch back and forth. Sega Saturn was more of a fighting console, so it had more RAM, so you can actually play like get the true arcade experience from it. So if you had X-Men vs. Street Fighter on the PlayStation, you didn't have the best version for a console.
Okay.
Essentially had a 1v1 fighting game.
Yes.
You know, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. All right, so we have the last one.
Number 1.
Yeah,
man. I know what Jet's about to say.
Yeah, me too.
I have it right here as my number 1 as well. So go ahead and drop that. Prove me right.
I mean, really, there's only one. Like if everybody literally listening, talking about this subject should have the same number 1. If not, you know, get your head examined. Marvel versus Capcom 2.
Take them for a ride.
Number 2.
Same thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You can tell they was
this game.
Y'all could tell they was co-hosts at one point. Fuckers even thinking like that.
No, we've talked about Marvel vs. Capcom 2 all the time.
Yeah, man. We're just men of culture. That's all. We're just men of culture. We acknowledge the greatness when we come across it, man. When greatness is bestowed upon us, man, we can collectively just observe and be like, yeah, man, that's great shit. And then amongst that, we can say, yeah, that's GOAT shit right there. You know what I'm saying? And I know you can't see, but I'm actually looking at a picture of Spider-Man right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Marvel versus Capcom, right?
I got two of them. I think
Marvel
so.
versus.
You know what I'm saying? I got the original, not the original cover, but the Lethal Protector in the background. That's what that
Okay.
is.
Okay. That's gangster. That's gangster. Okay. Lethal Protector.
I just got a
I
baby in
fucks
the
with it.
jar in the background.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You definitely had the best one, man. You got the baby in the jar and the Hylian shield.
You know what?
See.
I don't want to get this channel banned because I was about to say a Family Guy joke, but I'm going to leave it alone.
Don't
Yo, man. Yeah, man. Take it easy, man. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Wait till I'm off camera for all that, man.
Jack got charges pending. He can't take another hit.
Oh shit! I'm a fucking
It's like in Dead Presidents when he
shit.
takes Lorenz Tate to go rob the bookie or whatever.
Oh,
Just stay in the car.
Yo, man. That's wild, bro. Yo, man. Now they trying to put a case on your boy, man. That's wild.
Oh shit!
That's wild, man.
Nigga,
Just when I thought we was friends again, Natty, you put a case on your boy.
Nigga just called you Anthony from Dead Presidents, nigga. All the shit I did for this motherfucking country.
My number. So that's my number one as well. Just because of the impact it had, and I don't know what Capcom did for those arcade cabinets. They put fucking 16-inch subwoofers in them because you open the arcade doors and you hear, "I'm gonna take you for a ride." It's echoing through the entire arcade, overpowering everything.
Man,
That's such a great song. That's gonna be my wedding dance song.
You hear the jet. Yo, man, that's fire. That's fire, yeah, man. Go down the aisle with that, man.
Yeah, but
man, you hear the jazz music, you hear rocket punch, you hear all that, man. Just all the nostalgic noises, man. All the nostalgic sound effects, man.
And
oh man, all the money I made.
The character selection screen, insane. So many characters from just across the whole like Marvel and Capcom universe. And then we had to deal with like these Fox and MCU and these studios. You can't put characters in certain games now. If they find a way to come together to put a Marvel vs. Capcom out that is genuine.
I didn't want to say it. That was wild, nigga.
If a business deal
that was crazy.
If a business deal is structured to allow all those same characters to reappear, so we have the X-Men, we have the Spider, different people from the Spider-Man universe, and all the Capcom people again. Like that would be beautiful because like that gets people to go back and try out other games. Because like by the time Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out, like Darkstalkers was already done, right? That wasn't even a thing anymore. But Morrigan was still like a super popular character in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And fucking Tron, like what? Like outside of Mega Man Legends, like when else are you seeing that person? But it was just fun to like have those characters in a game, and they're fast and they're fun and they're using all their signature moves. Jill Valentine has the bazooka from the end of Resident Evil. She has fucking like the zombie come out. The Nemesis comes out. I mean the Tyrant. But like it's Marvel Capcom 2 is the greatest fighting game ever made. And the greatest soundtrack too. That Japanese jazz is hidden, man.
Yeah, it was pretty much right now it's divide and conquer with studios and shit. It's content wars. So everybody, if they not the ones making the majority of the money off the property, they're not willing to share space like that. It's still surprising that fucking Sony is dealing with Marvel to make Spider-Man movies, but MCU actually can make a Spider-Man movie. That's why they let them run the show. They just plaster their fucking name on it. So, but I digress.
Let's hear what you're working with, bro, for number one.
All right. It's the one that started off for me. Street Fighter 2.
I can dig
it.
All right. And this is the one where I don't have to tell y'all because y'all already fucking know, but Street Fighter 2 was so good, so impactful. It was every time I left school, I used to go to PS13 in Brooklyn. It was 2 blocks away from the school to my house. It was a corner store bodega with Street Fighter 2 cab right there in the corner store bodega. You'll see like 15 to 20 kids every day after school at that little cabinet. And just say I went into the bodega with $1. I came out of that bitch with $5. All right, I was something serious.
Yo, man, who are you playing against, man?
Niggas,
we go.
6-year-olds, nigga, like my age group. We don't have a lot of money.
Yo, man.
Well, they don't have a lot of Mexicans in New York, so unfortunately, Andy didn't get a chance to beat up on more Mexicans.
It's more Puerto Ricans than Dominicans where I stayed at. You know what I'm saying? Them Salvadorians and Mexicans, we didn't see them until like Chapo came into town and shit. But I digress.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah, I gotta cut this whole shit out. We can't air this. Stop saying I'm beating up Mexicans. I love all people.
Yeah, man.
It's in your past, man. You're like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, man. You're a better man today, man. You're a better man today.
Órale, güey. ¿Cómo está, vato? ¿Qué pasa? Look, so Street Fighter 2, man, that shit was crazy. And also, I didn't realize Sagat got the scar from Ryu until somebody, because it wasn't the internet back then and shit, right? So it was word of mouth. Somebody had to tell you shit. So hey, bro, you never know how he got the scar. Like, Ryu beat the shit out of him, bro. Like he fucking uppercut him, put a scar on his chest. And then if you gotta go to a certain arcade in Brooklyn to find the original, the only one left apparently, Street Fighter 1.
Street Fighter 1, yeah.
Play that shit, and then you actually see the animation of Ryu uppercutting him and putting a scar on his chest. But yeah, it's
the hell of a fucking uppercut.
Yeah, it was. And then when it came to the
you had to uppercut the goddamn buttons just to do it, man. You ever see the size of those fucking buttons?
When that shit came,
the reason why, man.
When that shit came to the fucking Super Nintendo, oh my god, late night sessions with your cousins during sleepovers and shit. All y'all did was play goddamn Street Fighter. Oh, you cheating? Oh, you just spamming Blanca. Like that's when I hated Blanca.
And
Blanca.
Just go ahead.
Still hate that motherfucker.
Cause Blanca, like it was, they nerfed them compared to back in the day. Cause back in the day, all you had to do really with Blanca was Blanca ball, pause, and fucking just crouch and damn do the electricity shit. And that like he's kind of nerfed compared to like, because he was OD back in the day, bro.
Not on 6. Not on 6.
They just gave him a lot of
that motherfucker.
They just gave him a lot of like tools in 6 though.
They gave him bullshit.
Elaborate.
They gave him bullshit in 6.
I'm not even trying to be
level
funny.
2 alone. His level 2 alone allows him to break rules in the game.
Oh, you talking about the one where he Blanca balls in air and stops?
Yeah, man. Okay, like that. He can literally have you in the middle of a juggle that can carry you to the corner forever. And from there he can start throwing out the fucking dolls, man. All types of bull. It's impossible to block him. It's impossible to block him. And if you do, he's gonna grab you. He's like there are too many things that motherfucker can throw at you from so many different angles, and he's safe doing all of them. Like, man, that motherfucker, fuck him. Fuck him, man. He not even the character I hate the most, but he definitely on the list, man. We might have to come back and talk about the 5 most hated characters, man. Like, 'cause, man, that God damn.
I actually like that.
I like it.
Hey, man.
Oh, can I add something about Street Fighter 2? Mm-hmm. Legendary contribution to video gaming. They created a motion that has a term that every other game uses now. Fireball motion. Like, you know what that means when you hear it. So, like, every game uses that control scheme. Most games use that control scheme, but you know it as the fireball motion.
That's real.
And that's because of Street Fighter.
That's real.
It's
that's real. Like, they influence, yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, modern control people wouldn't know.
236.
Fucking stop playing me, bro. Like, I started on the OG, bro. Like,
up in A.
No.
Fireball. Is that how you do it?
Yeah, for you, just forward and special. That's translate.
That's you know what the fucked up shit is. The more y'all make fun of me, the more I'm staying on mind controls. Fuck y'all, motherfuckers. Because y'all know I can use some fucking classic controls. I did on 5. I'm just petty now. Just don't give a shit no more. Fuck y'all, man. Fuck this show, man. Hey, y'all get y'all outro. We done with this shit. Out of this shit. Don't have to take
We're
this
sorry.
shit.
Oh, honorable. You gotta do honorable mention.
Oh yeah.
My bad, man. My bad.
You got any honorable mentions?
All right, Jet. You just rally off your honorable mentions if you have them.
I only have one, and it's X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Okay.
Because it started off, the crossover, revolution.
Okay.
That's it. That's it, man. Other than that, man, fuck modern control.
Oh my fucking god!
All right. For my honorable mentions, I have Rival Schools, Fatal Fury, Darkstalkers, and Dragon Ball Z Legends, the one that was on PlayStation 1.
Oh,
It was only available in Japan, and I got my electrician uncle to mod my PlayStation. So I paid $80 in high school, just scraping money together so I can order that. And yeah, it was the one that it was fast, and it was like playing the actual cartoon. I'll probably still have that game somewhere. It's probably at my parents' house.
Damn.
that's a nice
Oh.
poster you have there.
I still got the old school PlayStation.
No, I was talking about that game.
What do you mean?
Nice coaster.
It's not a nice coaster. It's a legit game.
Mm.
And it went past.
Yeah.
That's how I found out about all the Dragon Ball Z stuff before anybody else, like the Cell Saga and the Boo Saga, because they never translated anything past the Namek Saga. I think that was back when Funimation was just running up till when they were looking for the Dragon Balls on Namek, and then Frieza showed up, and then they just stopped showing episodes.
So you'd rather learn about Dragon Ball through a bad video game than actually watching the show?
Well, I didn't know I just thought it was coming on there. I didn't have the connect. And then someone in my school had the bootlegs from Japan that were hard coded. And then I was like, all right, so I'm gonna start messing with this now. So then I started getting the tapes. Then I started watching Dragon Ball Z in Japanese. And that was it.
I hear you, dog.
Fucking nerd. Anyway, my honorable mention. That was so bad. My bad, bro. My honorable mention.
Nah, it's cool, man. I wouldn't expect anything more from a person that uses modern controls.
Oh my god, get some new material, nigga.
True that.
It's a goddamn dumpster baby in the background and shit. I want to hear that shit. Yo, close the case. Oh, my honorable mentions Tekken, Soul Calibur. Yeah, it's the first one. Soul Calibur, the first one. Because I can appreciate what they did for the. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw Mortal Kombat in there too, because I can actually, you know what I'm saying, I can appreciate what it did because I didn't have it on my regular list. And this is a little controversial, but it sold millions. It has a devoted fan base, and people might get mad if you don't consider it a fighter. Super Smash Bros.
Don't say it. Oh, not a fighting game.
Y'all have a great day.
They fight.
I knew it was going to sneak in there.
They throw punches.
Yo, man. This man's villain arc has officially begun right now, man. This is crazy.
If you can't potentially see it as an arcade fighting game, I wouldn't consider it a fighting game.
But they have the best implementation of modern controls ever created.
It has two jump buttons.
They don't have anything else but modern controls. Like, that's literally all they mastered.
Look, they give you two
their
jump
modern
buttons.
Controls is their classic controls, bro.
You have the hit button that changes when you press up or down, left and right. You have the special button that changes if you press up or down, left or right. And they ran out of things for you to do. So they said, we're going to map jump to X, to Y, and to up. Somebody fill these buttons out. This is all some filler.
Calling some buttons filler is wild. All right, just for that, because I made a compelling argument. Smash Bros is not a
like,
fighter.
you like what you like.
It's nah, fuck that shit. Fuck them. Siramoto ain't paying me. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying?
It's a party brawler.
Make a Zelda that don't look like a cheap bootleg Studio Ghibli movie. Then I get your respect back.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now,
Hey,
for those watching,
I'm with you.
y'all can go to my most overrated video games list with me and Natic did, and y'all can see how I feel about Zelda for real, for real.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
You don't like it
at all.
But it's okay. You like what you like. If you enjoy it, play it. That's it. Don't let someone influence your opinions about what you should play.
I understand. Though, because if you were around during the Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess days, and you see the design, the art direction that they have decided to go in these recent entries, despite how you may feel about the fucking gameplay, that shit is a regression from what we had 3 decades ago. That shit is a regression. Like that shit ain't no business putting out a game that look like that. I don't care how good the gameplay is, man.
Y'all Google GameCube tech demo of Legend of Zelda, then get back to me. And I'm going to leave it alone because we are talking about fighters still. So, I apologize to get on subject, fellas. Oh, shit. So
that shit is triggering.
Still to this day.
Shit is triggering, bro.
The Wii U tech demo.
Damn.
With the 80-foot
I just pulled
spider.
up the quick video. They need to just go ahead, man, and do this.
If that shit
still looks cartoony.
If that don't look like that shit.
This is just an AI replication of Jetteye, man. I am not actually here on this show. You know what I'm saying? Technology is great nowadays, man.
Nah, I'm really,
I am not
like no bullshit. I'm gonna edit that part out, nigga, because I am not getting us straight. I'm gonna edit that shit out. I swear on everything. Fuck that shit. We don't need them problems.
You gotta splice it together, and it's like, and you just, hey everybody, I'm Jet. I don't like AI. Babies, like it's just jumping around, and you see like stuff in the back, the clock in the background just moving to different times,
moving around.
That's what I'm going to edit.
It's going to be time jumping all over the place, bro.
That's what I'm going to edit out. The last sentence I said, and then it's going to be Jet talking about AI, then boom, we here now. And they're going to have no context of what the fuck we talk about in between. Shit going to be mad wild. So, yeah. I'm AntTheCeo.
Natic215.
Official Jetteye, man. It's official Jetteye, man. Much love to my brothers. Man, I had a ball up in here, you know what I'm saying? As always, man, kicking it with y'all, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Much love. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we'll catch y'all every Saturday. Who you got? You catch me on Trap House Game Rooms every Mondays and Wednesdays, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Mr. Natic, where can he find you, sir?
The Fanatic215 on the Twitter, and Flyer and Base on Instagram, where we do acro yoga. Yeah, and here, of course. And make sure you check out the ride along with Jet. It's always a good time, and it's fun. It's a relaxed environment, and just play some games, talk some stuff.
Especially now since he's doing Miles Morales. So if you haven't, matter of fact, go watch the beginning of 2018 Spider-Man. He's on Miles Morales now. So by the time you finish all of that, you'll be concurrent to what's happening with Spider-Man 2 dropping next week. All right. And you get some real gameplay. He don't die. He don't get killed by Thug 1 and Thug 2. And that's the last joke I'm making before I leave this bitch. And y'all be good. Catch y'all. Peace.
Peace.